Hey, everybody, welcome back to Couch Critics, the show that definitely is completely scripted before we start.
Scripted.
So when we mess up, we have to start over. Now,
Take it from
welcome back.
2.
This is take two of this episode. No, internet sucks. It doesn't matter how much I pay, how much extra I get, it's still never any good. But welcome in, Dave. How are you doing? I'm Josh, your co host, alongside, as always, this guy. I don't know
Great.
what's going on
What a
anymore.
smooth intro,
You
my
like that?
friend.
I told you
We
this
are
is completely scripted. This was all planned in
this
advance.
just shows how professional we are.
That is so true.
I'm good. It's Dave here, man. I'm good. How are things in your world?
Yeah, doing
Let
good.
me
I got
guess.
myself a new recliner today and
Oh
was
yeah.
out grabbing some last minute stuff for tomorrow is my middle daughter's 21st birthday. So we're gonna go out to a brunch, a Sunday brunch. So I'm gonna
Champagne
buy
brunch,
her
man.
buy her
Champagne.
first legal adult beverage.
Her first
Um,
champagne headache, I think is
give her
what
that.
what the script says.
What are the what do the kids call it? I'm gonna get her white girl wasted. Just white
uh
claws and
Yeah.
um, but
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It'd be a
yeah,
good time. Do you
it
have a
will be. It
fancy
will
brunch
be.
place? A fancy brunch place you go?
No, it's
Do you
actually
do
it's
you
actually a
remember?
high end taco place.
Okay, hey, that listen. There are some Mexican restaurants here in the Bay
Yeah.
Area that
Uh-huh.
have the best brunch
That's what I'm
menus.
saying.
It's
So
amazing.
yeah.
There, do you
That's
remember there was a place? It was in Southern Oregon. It was called Our House, the letter R House, Haus. I think they closed that
the one
place.
that was right on the Rogue River out towards
Oh, it
Grants
was
Pass.
beautiful. They did
Yeah.
weddings and stuff there all the
Uh-huh.
time.
Yeah,
Just
I've been there a
absolutely
couple
gorgeous.
times. For
Yeah.
Dawn?
Yeah. I think they finally went out of business. I mean, they served a ridiculously good brunch. Everything homemade and all that stuff, and like tons of champagne.
Oh,
Awesome
yeah.
place. I love the place. I there was a period of my life where I went there almost every Sunday. It was just not a healthy thing. But
It's
anyways,
not.
love the
It's not.
champagne brunch.
But we are the picture of health.
Of course. Well, I mean,
Like,
this is the end.
for
This is the end
19
result.
for 1483, we were the picture of health. We were rich that we looked like this.
Yeah, exactly. uh,
No, anyways, yeah,
yeah.
so got a lot going on this weekend. You got anything going on?
Uh, no,
You
it's
gonna do anything for Valentine's Day with the missus?
no.
Even
So
though
we're
it's
not.
March 31st?
We're both on a diet, and so we're watching carbs and all those things. We're not
Yes.
really eating that stuff. But she got some heart shaped pasta. I don't
Alright,
know.
you're gonna do
Don't ask me.
something. You
But that is the extent of what I'm doing in my marriage for Valentine's Day. But other than that, we're gonna watch a handful of movies and
Yeah.
probably take a good
No,
long nap together. Good
I bought
stuff.
my wife this bouquet of they're preserved roses, so they're supposed to last 1 to 3 years.
Okay.
But when we got them, like, on they were in, like, this heart-shaped thing, and it looked like it was a bouquet, like they were bushling out in the picture, and then when we got them, it's really flat and choppy, and they're ugly, so I'm taking them back. So and then I'm gonna say, "Hey, honey, all this money I spent on you, go buy something you'll actually like."
I like the idea that they're supposed to last for like 1 to 3 years, and then you look at the date and they were made 3 years ago, and you're like, well,
Right,
what
yeah,
the? I get the
yeah.
last month of that?
I get the last month.
But
Yeah,
anywho.
so no, we'll take them back. Take them back, I mean, we will drop them off at the mail drop so Amazon can pick them back up.
You're not going to take them back directly back to the factory distributor.
No, I'm not.
So, well, listen, let's just,
Yeah,
there are a couple of things I know this is 6 weeks ago or whatever, but we lost a
yeah.
couple of people. Catherine O'Hara,
Catherine O'Hara,
we,
very sad. Yeah,
it's terribly tragic. And then, James Vanderbeek just
yeah,
passed. Like,
yeah. So James Vanderbeek is a big one because he is not much older than we are, and
yeah,
by not much older,
I think the
within a
same
year or
age.
2. Like, we
Yeah.
are like, we
Yeah.
would have hung out in high school.
Yeah. Well, if
Um
I wasn't cool enough, but yeah,
Right.
I
I mean,
wasn't in the
no, I
Dawson
would've
crew.
we woulda hung out with his character in Rules of Attraction in high school.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a part
uh,
of him. But no, that one's really sad. It's a huge reminder, and I'm not gonna go down the whole thing, but if you are 45 or older and man or woman, get your colonoscopy,
yeah.
or if you're able to do the other way, just make sure you're getting checked because that's something that is generally catchable his is just the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
It was already there. So,
It's
yeah,
hard.
it
We're
checked.
used to feeling invincible, and then the
Yeah.
older you get, you
Mhm.
feel like you're still there
Yeah.
until something happens and you're not. I completely forgot about he was in a because I looked him up just for a couple of things. First of all, did you ever see any of the stuff he did? The character, the Diplo character. He had a show called What Would Diplo Do? I
I
think.
remember the show. I never watched the show.
It was actually pretty good. Like it
Yeah.
only made 5 episodes. It's worth checking out. It's on Tubi or something. But it made me. First of all, I didn't know he was on Clarissa Explains It All in one episode. Anyways,
That
I know.
I didn't
I
know
only
that.
that's an IMDb search, so that's cheating. But I forgot all about the movie Angus. Do you remember Angus from like
About
'93?
the heavy set kid. Yeah. I
Isn't
don't no,
George C.
I
Scott? I think is
I
his
remember the
grandfather.
movie, but I don't remember the movie.
Right.
Was it the blonde girl in it from, like, is it the girl from Ariana Richards? Is it from, like, Jurassic Park?
Yes, it's her. I did not
Yeah.
know her name. Yeah.
Well, there you go, Ariana Richards. I do remember the movie though, yeah. I
She was
don't
a
like
handful in the '90s of the young teenage blonde girls who were out
Tremors,
there. Yeah, exactly. Who just ended up like some of them are still around, like
Christina
whatever.
Ricci.
Thank you. And what's her name from Virgin Suicides, and like
Yes.
some of them actually made it through, but
Kirsten.
Kirsten, thank you. But anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, so that's
Yeah, James Vanderbeek is it's a tough one, like, I didn't watch all of his stuff, like, I didn't watch Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23.
I didn't know.
I saw Varsity Blues in the theater, but it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I was too highbrow by then. I only liked Rushmore and
90
Gods and
99, right?
Monsters. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
into art films.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but, like, he did a lot of stuff that is, cultural touchstone type things for people of our age. Dawson's Creek,
Yeah.
but not necessarily for me, but they were hugely important for our era. And him
He
being
turned
our
around.
age is
Yeah, when he turned around, and I wasn't a fan, I would say, but
sure.
Dawson's Creek wasn't for me,
No.
and Varsity Blues also, I didn't watch it till years later or whatever, but, like, he was in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back,
Yep.
that's
Yeah.
all funny stuff, and so I was like, "Oh, he
Mhm.
has a little comment."
Yeah.
What Would Diplo Do? I actually just
I
happened
need
to
to check
watch
it
it.
out, yeah.
It was pretty good, like, I was fairly impressed with who and then I fell back and watched Rules of Attraction, which is a pretty dark effing movie,
Phew,
but
it's
really
yeah.
good. It's a
I
really
love
good movie.
Shannon Sossaman.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Eric Stoltz, creepy ass
Yeah,
Eric Stoltz. Ugh, what a
and the
sleazebag.
guy with the eyebrows. Not the Eugene Levy eyebrows, but the other
With
guy.
the
He has, like, the menacing eyebrows, like, they're
Yeah.
dark and, like,
Yeah.
brooding eyebrows. I can't remember
Anyways.
his name, but
It's funny we're spending all
yeah.
the time on James Vanderbeek, not Catherine O'Hara. But there's so many
Well,
things you can say about Catherine. We could do a whole show
Catherine
about her.
O'Hara like, it's harder to quantify Catherine O'Hara because we don't have that age thing, but
Yeah.
Catherine O'Hara, like, I've seen it
She's
a
still
few
young.
times. People in Hollywood, the stuff they said about her, and I think it's legit. She was probably the funniest woman I've ever seen on screen.
Yeah.
'Cause she could play against any type of humor. She could be the straight person next to a John Candy in the back of a moving van. She can be the over the top stepmom in Beetlejuice. Like, she could do
Right.
all of the things and make it hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's and you did I don't know if you saw The Studio.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yes, yeah, and the fact that she was still, like, at the top of her game coming from Schitt's Creek and then to straight into the studio.
yeah.
How are they gonna work that into next season because she was so
That was the
important?
first thing Amy said. She goes, "What are they gonna do on The Studio?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, that's tragic." But anyways, on a lighter
Yeah,
note, let me ask
um,
you a question. I think
yes.
I sent you the clip, and this is so dumb. This is the nerd boy in me. But they have these new Transformer robots that are
Yes, they do.
self-transforming.
They're all automatic.
I'm obsessed with these. There's so many of them, and they're ridiculously cool. I would not buy them. They're expensive.
Did you look? I haven't looked. Did you look how much they are?
I
Like,
think like $1,300 or $1,000. I think
that's
that's the only place I found a price, I think, and it was, I didn't do too much digging, but
you're buying them out of in the the FAO Schwartz gift book.
Right. It's only one company makes them. When it's the same company, I think you can only get them through their website, all that kind
Oh,
of stuff.
yeah.
But
That's wild.
if anybody is curious about the Transformers, just Google the self-transforming or the new Transformer robots. They're ridiculously
Yeah,
cool.
and
But
super
anyways,
smooth. Yeah, the video's
it's
great.
nuts. It's nuts.
And
It's robotics.
and
It's
then you sent me another video that I think it's important to shout out because I don't know that I'm gonna make it, but I'm sure gonna try because it's right near my anniversary.
speaking of
It
robots.
the Speaking of robots,
Yeah.
June 2nd through 5th, I believe, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Short Circuit 40th anniversary. They're having a big celebration in Astoria, Oregon, famous for the Goonies, Kindergarten Cop, Short Circuit, and probably most famously, a huge part of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
Is it?
That's what it is.
Is
It's
that?
true.
And let me ask you a question. I don't know if I've ever seen that one. Is that one called The Secret of the Ooze, or is that not that one?
I think that's the second one. The third one
Okay.
is where they go back in time to feudal Japan.
Back in time.
Back in time.
I think I watched the first two ninja, like 90.
I saw the first two. I saw the
Yeah.
first three. The third one is total, like, they went completely, Three
Cartoon.
Stooges,
Yeah.
complete with Wet Willies and everything.
That's a shame. It
but-
goes against the original intent of the creators.
Of the creators.
was to make it very dark.
Dark.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that being
Mhm.
said, Short Circuit in June in Astoria, 40th anniversary. I think that's super cool. I'd love to make it out there, especially if
Steve Gutenberg shows
no,
up.
Austin Pendleton, really, I
Yeah.
just want to meet Austin Pendleton.
Yeah, that would. Wait, I'd rather meet Austin Pendleton than Ali Sheedy or Steve
Or-
Gutenberg. That's true.
GW Bailey would be pretty cool too.
Is he still alive?
Think so.
Okay. Well, we'll look that up.
I don't need
But
to. I don't need.
This
to
is why we
meet-
need a staff, man. We
I
can
know.
look and say, like, can you check on that?
Hey.
What's the guide's name who goes brown face?
That
What's his
I
name?
could. Fisher Stevens.
Fisher Stevens. I wonder if he'll be there.
I'm okay
Or-
not meeting him.
Yeah, I just want to ask him if he regrets.
GW Bailey, as a matter of fact, is still alive these days. He's
Hey.
81 years young.
Wow. Shout out to GW Bailey.
G Dubs.
If we can't get Garrett Graham on here, we should get GW Bailey to come on.
You know
talk to
what?
us.
GW Bailey, if you want to come on and just talk about your
MASH
character, about your
or-
character in MASH, I could talk to you for hours. Just about-
Mannequin, Police Academy, dude. The
I
guy
couldn't
was an
talk to you for
icon.
hours about Mannequin.
He's an
couldn't.
icon. He's an icon of my childhood.
He really is, though. He's one of those, that guy who was in That Thing type. Him and Austin Pendleton. If you don't know who
Yeah.
Austin Pendleton is, you see him, you know him.
Yep.
It was just really what Steve Gutenberg has become. Shout out Steve if you want to come on the show.
Just before we get to what we've been watching, I have another question for you.
Yeah.
And this is some clip was on. Do you remember the show? Obviously, The Greatest American Hero.
Yes.
We all do. Our
do.
childhood, we all remember it.
William Catt.
William
absolutely.
Catt. Can't remember the other guy's name and all the people. I vaguely remember the concept of the show, all that stuff, but I know I watched it.
Hmm?
Why is that show so memorable to us, even though it didn't run very long?
It's that freaking theme song.
It's the theme song. That's
It's
what
the
I.
theme song.
Mel and I had a conversation about it, and she was like, maybe it was the suit, or maybe it was really good. I don't think it was any of those things. I think
No,
it was
it's-
the theme song.
It's the theme song. You hear that song and you picture William Catt in the red suit and the cape,
Very clumsily
Yeah,
starting to take off flying.
becoming Supermanish.
And the really bad flying shots they would do.
Yes. Yeah,
But anywho,
but at least his
I,
hair moved.
at least his hair moved. Unlike Superman. But anyways, what have you been watching, man?
Yeah, so I watched a few things. The first thing I want to really highlight is this really, to me, it was really fun. I watched this 1931 film called Flying High. It's this pre-code comedy musical starring Burt Lahr, who is most famous for being the Cowardly Lion and Wizard of Oz. Burt Lahr played this character on Broadway. This is his first film role. He's reprising his Broadway role in Hollywood. Couple of things about it. The things I didn't really like is they really shoehorn in a couple of musical numbers throughout. They're good musical numbers. They're very Busby Berkeley. He even does the crane shot lifting up kind of thing. So
Okay.
where you see all the choreography.
Right.
But for me, I like Burt Lahr a lot. I like his slapsticky, rubber-faced kind of thing that he does, but
I don't
similar
know
to
if I would know Burt Lahr if I saw him not as the Cowardly Lion.
the
I don't even
minute
know
he
the name. As
the
you say
minute he
that, I'm like,
starts talking, you're like, "Oh, yeah, that guy."
okay, I got
Oh,
it.
yeah, I know
Okay,
that.
okay,
So,
okay.
similar to we both recently watched, Elmer the Great, right? Joe E. Brown has a very Joe E. Brown way that he talks and
Yeah,
his mannerisms.
yeah.
Burt Lahr has a very Burt Lahr way about him. It's just who he is, it's the way he acts.
Okay.
If you aren't okay with a lot of that, this isn't gonna be a movie for you. I particularly enjoy it. I had a good time with it. The gist of the story is he's an aviation enthusiast who dreams of becoming famous, and then there's all these romantic complications and comedic stuff as a framework to throw those musical numbers and slapstick in there. But
Okay.
it's like it's 80 minutes, it's an hour and 20 minutes long, like a little
Pre-code.
even a little long for
It
pre-code.
is long for
A
pre-code.
little long for
I like the
but it's
sweet spot of pre-code is like an hour and 5, hour and 10.
yeah, well, and the 10 minutes that this is longer it's those couple of musical numbers.
They
They
added him in. Is
they
Busby Berkeley involved in it?
so the trivia says they were Busby Berkeley choreographed. I don't know if Busby Berkeley choreographed them for the Broadway show and they just carried the
Oh, I see.
choreography and someone else directed it. I don't know, but originally they are his number.
Got it.
But that's the first thing I watched, and I would definitely recommend it to lovers of the era.
All
Burt
7 of them?
the 7 of them, and then we'll go to 9 because Burt Lahr fans will get in there. So there's
Right.
about 9 of you out there that's important
There's
to.
at least one other person who knows who that is by name, because I didn't. I don't know if you know this, but I know a decent amount about
You
movies
do,
and
you
film.
do.
I didn't know
I
his
was like,
name.
of all these names, that's the most known name, so that's the one I'm
I know
going.
Burt. I know Burt Young. He's from Rocky. He
Paulie.
plays Paulie from Rocky,
He does.
amongst many. And he's also in MASH at different points.
He was. So I watched that, and let me do one more real quick. I'm going to jump way into the future, and I only watched it because you watched it last week. It got stuck in my head, and I had to watch it. So I watched Gleaming the Cube.
Ah, what a fun movie.
And yeah,
That's a Pizza Hut advertisement right there.
it's for a future episode, we will have to do product placement because it really is.
Yeah,
I mean,
prevalent.
literally 5 minutes into the movie, they're flying overhead looking for empty swimming pools.
And a
Hey, there's
giant.
my Pizza Hut.
Well, he drives the Pizza Hut delivery thing with the hat with the
thing
roof on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no,
Tony Hawk is good in it. He's
Tony Hawk,
young.
and I
He
like
looks
young.
14, doesn't he? Look
He
like
does.
he's 12 or 13 years
well,
old, and he's like 24.
He's in his
26.
early 50s, mid 50s now, and still looks younger than us.
Yeah.
But
Skating.
no, I really like. Is it a good movie? Probably not. Is it a shit ton of fun? Yeah, I always have fun when I watch it.
The
But
skating is good. I appreciated back then the fact there was skating involved, but I think I made fun of it back then just because I was like, this isn't real skating. Like it's all nonsense.
I made fun of Christian Slater suddenly going preppy and the 10 speed.
Yeah. Or just the obvious stunt double that was taken over from almost
That didn't
all
look
of
like him at all.
with a really bad wig on, stuff like that. It's a fun movie, though. I mean, everybody should check out
Stephen
Gleaming the Cube.
Bauer looks the same today as he did then. Like
kind of a dumb look on his face all the time. Like, he's an insanely handsome guy, but just like in Scarface, he just has a dumb expression on his face. He does 90% of the time.
Yeah, he looks like what we would have called back in the day a mouth breather.
Yep, that's exactly right. Tongue hanging halfway out, you know.
Yeah, but. So that's what I got a couple more, but what have you been watching?
Well, first, let me ask you, have you seen the trailer for the new Spider-Man story, Spider Noir? Nick Cage is Spider-Man.
Because Superman didn't work out.
So here's the thing. I only want to say one thing about it because there's other things, like there's a great little concept piece. This guy named Jamie Costa, he's an actor, and he put out this little 5-minute short where he's doing Robin Williams, an impression of Robin Williams, because he's trying to get a biopic made. And so his little concept piece is 5 minutes long. He does the most amazing impression. You think you're looking at Robin Williams. It's fantastic. I hope somebody makes this movie. But anyways, forget all that. Spider Noir, Nick Cage's Spider-Man. It is Um, black and white. Let's start with
Okay.
that. And
Fits
it is
noir.
done. It fits. It looks a little like what's the one that Robert Rodriguez did? The
Sin City.
Sin City. It's noir, so it's set in like the 1930s,
Okay.
old cars, all that stuff, and like his costume, he becomes seemingly a Spider-Man, but like a 1930s
Okay.
version of Spider-Man. It actually looked. I don't. Other than he overacts in the
I was gonna
everything.
say, does
It's
he immediately overact?
yeah. You see in the trailer, and the trailer's like, oh, if it was somebody else, that could be kind of a cool project, but. Anyways, it's got some great people in it. And I say the only thing about it is you watch the trailer and you're like, I don't know, I might look at it. And then at the end, they point out you can watch it in 2 versions, the black and white or wonderful true color. And then it's color and it's full color. Now, here's my problem with that is that sounds like a studio. I think it's an Amazon. It sounds like them saying, no. People aren't going to watch black and white.
So
Don't even
let's give him
bother.
another option.
But it loses every bit of the flavor that it had in color, in my opinion,
So
just because of the fact that
it's a show.
it's a show. Sorry,
Okay.
I don't know if I said
Yeah.
that. No, but
Yeah. So
he's playing Spider-Man.
it's technically MGM Plus, but since Amazon owns MGM, it'll premiere on MGM Plus and then 2 days later drop to Amazon Prime in
But
both
as I said, if
versions.
you
Yeah.
watch the trailer, which you should check it out, it
I
looks good.
love
Other than his scenes where he's not in the costume and he's way overacting,
Yeah.
and
I
just it
like
kind of makes
Lord Miller,
it's
Lamorne
got
Morris,
I know it's got some great people involved. I'm
Brendan
interested.
Gleeson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Um,
that thing at the end where it gives you the option to watch it in color, I don't know, something about that seems like you're
so
sacrificing artist integrity.
yeah,
But I could be wrong. Some
and
people maybe just
yeah.
can't, but
So I do like, a couple of years ago, Guillermo del Toro did
mhm.
wow, I can't remember, Nightmare Alley. I did not see it when it was first released in color. I saw the re-release that he did where it was
In
in
black and
black
white.
and white, had a few extra scenes in it, the way he wanted to, but I think you're absolutely right. He did it obviously because he said this is the way this was his vision, the black and white one. He did it that
Yeah.
way so it'd be more palatable to more people. I've
Yeah.
not seen the color version. I
Oh,
loved it in black and white. It gives it more mood.
I know why. Well, I think it's Greg Tolan said you want real shooting black and white. You want to look real shooting black and white. Like but anyways, I just wanted to say that. Check out the trailer. It's interesting. But I did watch a handful of movies. I'll spend just the least amount of time on a couple of them. I watched a movie from 1970 called Performance. This is the first acting role Mick Jagger did. It's
Has he
actually
ever really acted?
no, well, other than Free Jack.
Free
He
Jack.
really kills it in Free
Yeah.
Jack. But
Showed his chops in that one.
but anyways, it's 1970, so the Stones and stuff were still like
Huge.
new
Yeah.
and
Top of the
huge.
world.
So James Fox, the guy who did Day of the Jackal, the original movie, he's in a bunch of stuff. He was a British actor and everything else. He's the lead in it. And he is basically a thug working for like mob in London, and
Okay.
then kills somebody, has to get out and hide, and goes and like hides out pretending to be a beatniky person in this house that this rich music artist is played by Mick Jagger has, and they do LSD and drugs, all these things like that. There's a lot of background stuff that's happening with the movie. Like if you look at like they were super high, their cocaine budget was crazy high, their weed budget was crazy high, all those things. But the things that are notable about it, first of all, it's not bad. It's actually okay. Like it's weird. It's got a very 1970s hippie vibe
Yeah.
to it. But at least the first 25 or so minutes, maybe a little more, seems like a Guy Ritchie movie. Like I think Guy Ritchie saw it and said, I just want to make this entire movie.
I'm just gonna make this movie over and over.
London, Cockney, thugs, it's everything. Like it's 100%, and it's kind of a hard to find movie. But anyways, that
And
first 25 minutes,
performance.
performance. I mean, the rest of the movie, sure, is fine. It's worth watching. There's some nudity, all those things. Is Mick Jagger, who's actually doing a decent job. Like he really tried. They're like one of the lead actors in it. I can't remember. She was the inspiration for all the how the Rolling Stones dressed. She was a groupie with them, and she's the lead actress in it. She was dating what's his name, the guitarist Keith Richards, I
Yeah.
think at the time. But then apparently Mick Jagger and her were having an affair while the movie was happening. So then
Oh,
Keith Richards
yeah,
refused to let them use Rolling
I
Stones
know the
music.
name if someone said it, but yeah, I
Mm,
know who you're talking about, yeah.
Anita something. But anyways, all that stuff.
But
That's
not
all
Sandy
happening.
Plastercaster. That was a
No,
different groupie.
that's a different girl, and she did penises,
She
but
did
yeah,
she plaster casted famous penises of all shapes and sizes.
I'm excited. But anyways, I just say the first 20 minutes I was blown away. But in 1970, it looks like Guy Ritchie was making a movie in 1970. But anyways,
Wow. So I
uh,
watched a movie from that same era, 1969, called The Over the Hill
69.
Gang. Over the
Okay,
Hill Gang, it's Western-ish. It was actually a made-for-TV movie back in the day, but it stars some great people. Walter Brennan, Pat O'Brien, Edgar
Walter
Buchanan.
Brennan.
Walter
Hmm.
Brennan. My
Every time,
britches are burnt.
I,
He's
let's
got that
go.
voice. But what it is, so it's this retired Texas Ranger reunites with his aging former crew to rescue a kidnapped friend. Hint to what this week you're talking about.
Ooh.
Um, but it's these old timers. They sound it's like what's the Apple Dumpling Gang, but three old dudes.
Right.
It's
Okay.
silly, it's funny,
Yeah.
it's very family friendly kind of
American? It's
humor.
an American film?
It's Merkin. It's
Okay.
Merkin.
I don't know if I
But
know it.
yeah, it was silly. It was fine. It the joke is not on them being old, so that's nice because
Okay.
that's the easy joke.
And that's the title.
And the Over the Hill Gang, right? But instead, so the movie really celebrates. It actually it shows that as we get older, it's okay to be stubborn if you have a cause, right? So they're
Right.
like, I mean, it's fun. I enjoyed it. A little comedy western, um, which
Hmm.
it's one of those that if you don't like westerns, it's a nice easy entry into the world.
Right. Support your local sheriff.
Or your local sheriff, those kind of things. Yeah, not Waterhole number 3. Don't watch
Or if you can find it, the Schwarzenegger comedy, The Villain.
oh,
Very hard to find
with
Kirk
Jeff.
Douglas.
That's Kirk Doug. Not which is that the one also with Jeff Bridges?
I
What's the
don't
one with
think
Jeff
he's
Bridges that he did?
no, it was from like 77, so he would have been pretty young.
He did another, yeah, but
It's
yes,
Kirk Douglas is the bad
y
guy, if I
the back
remember
look,
correctly.
just Google Arnold Schwarzenegger, the
The
villain,
villain.
just to see him with his muscles and that cowboy hat that
And
doesn't
it's a
quite fit right.
bright baby blue
Yeah.
suit. He's
Yes,
wearing
and
like a
the
bright baby
hat
blue
doesn't
outfit.
quite fit right, it's a little too small
It's
for how
so
big he
weird.
is,
I
just
saw it
silly.
when I was a kid. I laughed at it then
Yeah,
as a like not in a fun way, but like this movie's terrible.
right.
As a kid, I thought that, and I love Schwarzenegger.
Same.
And then I don't know if you can find it very much, but I'll have to look for it. I watched a movie I haven't seen since I was much younger.
Okay.
I think most of us have seen, especially our generation, which is the 1980s. The Gods Must Be Crazy.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
We've all seen it a bunch of
Yeah.
times.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't sat down to watch it in 25 or more years. I don't know, a long time.
Probably same for me, at
First,
least.
I don't know if I laughed out loud a lot, a little bit maybe, but the guy in it, I can't remember the lead actor's name, but the lead actor's name would have been a phenomenal silent comedian. Now that I know so many more silent films and
Mhm.
silent comedians,
Yeah.
his performance is on par with Harold Lloyd, Buster Keaton.
Wow.
It's absolutely phenomenal. It makes the
Yeah.
movie for me.
I need
The
to
rest
watch
of
it
the
again.
movie's fun and all those things. It's way ahead of its time. Like 1980. I think it came out at a time where that concept of something self-actualized societal stuff like that, but in a mocking, I don't
Right.
know,
Well,
and
because the
tender
whole
way.
gist of the movie is, what if a Coke bottle fell from a plane?
Yeah.
That's
Or just what if
yeah.
civilized people
Yes.
had to interact with an let's call it uncivilized person,
Yeah.
but
Wild. Yeah. Yeah, I have not watched it in forever. I remember it being super funny when I was young, but I have not given it another. I didn't like The Gods Must Be Crazy 2.
No, I don't think anybody did, and they made a third and a fourth one, I think.
That I
Yeah,
didn't
that
read,
I
yeah.
just did a little digging, and, like, there's
Yeah.
one Gods Must Be Crazy in Asia, Gods Must Be Crazy in,
Wow.
some Australia or something. Anyways, I say all that. I watch a bunch of stuff, so I'm gonna breeze over a couple of things. I watched a couple of silent movies. One was the Love Lights, a Mary Pickford movie. It's beautiful. It's kind of sad. It's all those things, all those things. I watched Charlie Chaplin directed a movie called A Woman of Paris, which is also very good. He directed it, wrote it, did the music, edited it, did all the stuff he normally does,
So,
but he's
yeah.
not in it. So at
Oh,
the very beginning of the movie, they have to have a disclaimer card that he put up that says, I want everybody to know I'm not in this movie. I made this movie, but before don't get your
yeah.
hopes up, like, because
You're not
they
gonna see you're not seeing a
theaters, everybody
tramp
else.
in this one.
Exactly. Or Charlie Chaplin at all. He has a tiny cameo that you wouldn't even know if you didn't have IMDb trivia. And IMDb trivia was not that thorough back then in
Yeah.
1921.
The
Anyways,
internet was still in its infancy.
I watched a couple, and I do want to mention these because these are a big deal. For Christmas, Mel got me some Francis Weber movies.
Yeah.
And I finally sat down and watched them. Which Francis Weber, anybody doesn't know, there was a period where so many of his movies, he was a comedy writer in France, and then he started writing and directing his own movies. You actually know his stuff because his stuff has been made. He wrote the original screenplay for, based on everything else for La Cage, or the Birdcage, La Cage
Okay.
aux Folles, which we all know. But he did Three
Three
Fugitives,
Fugitives is one of my favorites.
Father's Day.
Mm.
There was that Martin Short, Danny Glover movie, Pure Luck.
Yep.
Um, there's
He did
a
it, and he
crazy
did a
list.
movie called Out on a Limb, which was his only American
American,
movie that he made
yeah,
and it's not based on anything French. It is just an American movie with
yeah.
Matthew Broderick. Yeah,
Dinner for
Francis Weber's
Schmucks.
great. Yeah,
Dinner for
Dinner for
Schmucks
Schmucks,
was
yeah,
originally his, but anyways, it's absolutely fantastic.
yeah,
A lot of, let's say, cultured or sophisticated comedy palettes
yeah.
say that he's their favorite comedy writer, all those kind of things. So I don't know about all that, but I do know that for Christmas I got what would be the original. I'm not going to try to pronounce them in French. La Chèvre and Les Compères. But anyways, I think I'm doing a Spanish accent on what should be French, so I'm not going to try. But
I'm doing a
anyways,
Greek accent on Spanish words in a French household.
I'll point out there's 1984 was the one that's basically Father's Day, which came out
Yeah.
in the 90s, right?
With
Robin
Gerard
Williams.
Depardieu.
Yeah, Gerard Depardieu. It's the same
No,
two. That's
Father's No, I'm thinking of Green Card.
Father's Day.
Father's Day,
No.
no, that's
Billy
Billy
Crystal,
Crystal,
Robin Williams.
and an early performance by Sugar Ray when they were still a punk rock band.
That I didn't know because I've never seen Father's Day,
It's
but
not good.
it wasn't supposed to be
Not
very
good.
good. So, anyways, the original version of that from 1984, and then even more important was in like 89. Danny Glover and Martin Short did the movie
Yeah.
Pure Luck.
Yeah.
And it was it's an okay movie. I remember it.
Yeah,
We all remember the
like it fine.
trailer. It's fine.
Yes,
The original,
yeah.
from
How is it?
1981 is so funny. It
Really?
is
Okay.
so funny to me. And we watched it first, and then we watched the Father's Day original second, and it was still funny because those two guys. First of all, I did not know Gerard Depardieu was actually handsome.
Before he
at one point,
became a big fat joke.
I know him in the 90s where he's just this, over bloated,
Rotund,
much older with a weird looking nose. I just know him from the creepy guy in My Father the Hero, also written by
Yes.
Francis Weber.
Yeah.
But seeing him in these, he's like a young Nick Nolte. Like I'm like,
Really?
oh, I get why he had appeal. Like he was legitimately handsome and funny. Anyways, I highly recommend. Mel and I, we're gonna find and watch the original Toy, which we all know the Richard Pryor one from '82.
Yeah, that's the one I want to see. I want to see what he originally did with it.
I'm gonna watch that tonight. Because I've seen the trailer for it, and it looks. They're all verbatim. If you've seen Pure Luck or the Toy, I haven't seen the Toy yet, but if you see like Pure Luck, it is beat for beat a remake. Like they don't deviate from their original material, other than I think there's a gorilla in the original one, which forget about all that. But I promise you, I thought I laughed a lot, and I didn't know. If I was, because the first real time I've sat down and specifically tried to watch something of Francis Weber's original material, the the Pure Luck La Chèvre. I'm never
Whatever.
gonna try,
Yes. Uh-huh.
even though I just tried. So insanely funny to us. We loved it so
Yeah.
much, and I'm gonna watch as many of his movies. That's my new mission, is to try to see every one of his
To
original
see
films,
his.
even the bad ones, just to see,
So
and the
yeah,
stuff that he wrote and didn't direct.
the only thing of his that I've ever even seen part of, well, I've seen Out on a Limb several times, but of his French stuff, I've seen clips of La Cage aux Folles, which
Yeah,
is Birdcage.
the Birdcage, yeah. And
Yeah,
I haven't seen that whole original movie. I've only seen the Birdcage several times, and I love it. Like,
yeah.
the remake is actually good.
Oh, yes.
So I can't
Yeah,
imagine how good the original is.
Birdcage is one of the few that I think even critics say, "America finally got one right."
Yeah, but
But
I
it helps
do
when you have Robin
recommend.
Williams and Nathan Lane, right?
Correct. But the guy who must be his muse, who he puts in all the movies, who plays the Martin Short character, and he
Uh-huh.
teamed him with Gerard Depardieu in 3 movies, the 2 that I've just mentioned and saw, and then 3 Fugitives, which I don't have yet. I got to find that one.
Gotta
But
find that one.
anyways, highly recommend them. It's a
Yeah.
great introduction. I have 2 other movies I watched, but what have you got going?
I have
What else have you
one
watched?
other movie that I wanna watch because, it
That
was
you want to
nominated for an
watch, or
Oscar.
mm.
I don't know. I know that the Oscars happened 2 and a little over 2 weeks ago, but I
I
still
know. Can you
don't
believe
know
what
if
happened?
I
I
don't even know
can't
if
believe
this one won. It was so
Will
much I can't
Smith
remember.
Will Smith went up there and slapped, Michelle Obama. That's
Michelle
nuts, man. Do you
Michelle
remember that?
Obama would turn around
Wow.
and knock his ass out.
She probably
Uh,
would with those arms. She put him in a
no,
headlock.
I watched a movie that is nominated for, it only got 1 nomination, but it was for, best, best actress, best
Okay.
actress. It is a movie called If I Had Legs, I'd Kick
Oh,
You,
yeah. The Conan O'Brien thing with
directed by, yeah,
Michelle Bronte, right?
Mary Bronstein.
Mary Bronstein.
Mary
Michelle
Bronstein.
Bronte. Where did I get that name?
I don't know.
It's close, like Brontosaurus. She's Brontosaurus Burger.
You know her?
How was
Couple
it?
of things about that movie. You have like so I have never been a mother. I will never be a mother,
You
obviously.
what? Don't say
Um,
never. Don't say never, buddy. Science is doing
chances
amazing
are
things these
against it.
days.
Chances
It's
are against it.
unlikely. Let's just say
Right.
it's unlikely.
So this movie is so uncomfortable, so spiraling. Like, so my wife, about 2/3 of the way in it, she got up and said, "This movie is stressing me out. I have to go."
Really?
It is so freaking stressful. It The way that they do it, the way that it's a lot of close-ups on Rose Byrne, a lot of, um, it's like if David Lynch Mary Bronstein channeled her inner David Lynch to make this movie because it
Okay.
is so existential, it is so affecting, and there is a performance in this movie that to me, everyone needs to watch just for this guy's performance. If you didn't know, Conan O'Brien could have been an amazing actor.
Really?
He is so good as so
He's their
Ro
doctor, right?
Rose Byrne and him are both psychologists in the same office. She just goes to him
I
because
see.
psychologists always go to another
Yeah.
psychologist.
They
So
don't just go to random milkmen on the street or something.
no, no.
Let
So
me tell
she
you my
always shares with him,
problems.
but, like, there is a way that they film this movie, and it doesn't give anything away that her all of until the end, all of her interactions with her daughter and all of her interactions with her husband, you never see the daughter, you never see the husband. The husband is just the voice of Christian Slater on a phone until the very end. The daughter is just the voice of the young actress, like, from the back seat of the car. You never see her. Mary Bronstein said she did that because the minute you show the daughter, you your heart immediately latches onto the child, and you're supposed to be connected to Rose Byrne's character through the whole thing, and it
Okay.
works so freaking well.
Yeah,
It
don't tell me anymore, because I
I
do
won't tell
plan
I'm
on
not gonna
watching
give
it.
anything else away, but it is
Good.
my pulse was speeding up at portions. It was so
Okay. Yeah, like
anxiety.
yeah,
Yeah,
like anxiety
yeah,
stress, right? Like you're
yes. Yeah,
okay.
it's really, really good. Yeah, highly recommend giving it a watch. It's on HBO Max for anybody that has that
Well, at least
service.
it was 6 weeks ago.
A24 has a deal with HBO that goes through at
Now,
least the next 6 weeks.
yeah. Now they
Um,
do.
but yeah, yeah, Danica and I actually decided to watch it one night, and man, I'm glad I did. Glad I watched it. So as you know, we're it's a month out from the Oscars as we
Right,
record. So we're in
right.
our rush to try to get as many as we can in.
Completely.
So that was the one.
So that's why I fell back and watched 45, 50-year-old Francis Weber movies.
Oh no, that's what I'm
Exactly
doing
that
tonight.
reasons. I'm just
Don't worry about it. That's what I'm
kidding.
doing tonight.
Yeah, I would have watched it because I want to see Conan O'Brien. To be honest,
Yeah.
I've heard him. I
If
listen to his podcast, even though I don't think other podcasts exists. But I listened to his, and he talked about it a lot, and
yeah.
it sounded like he really gave it everything he had, and I was just
So
curious to see how that comes out. And
we've
Rose
both
Byrne is
seen
phenomenal.
we've
Yeah,
both seen the other movie he did recently, uh
Foggy Mountain.
the Foggy Mountain thing
That's not.
where he's just doing it as a gag. It's just a
Yeah,
joke, and
yeah,
he's fine. But in this, like, he's clean shaven, he's not pompous,
right.
like he's like dialed back. He's yeah, melancholy almost. Yeah, definitely worth watching.
Good on her, Mary Bronstein, to figure out how to get the performance out of him,
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
right.
Anyways, I watched a couple more. I finally found and got Amy to sit down and watch the spoof movie from 1998, Mafia.
It's stream I just saw I almost watched it the other day. It's streaming now on Amazon Prime, so I
Yeah.
will be watching it very soon. Because
Yeah,
it was back when I actually thought Jay Moore was funny.
very much. And also first of all, it feels dated because I have to remind myself it's more like National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon time than Scary Movie parody time.
Yes, it's that bridge. You're
I
right.
still think it's funny because I know every one of the references. I know every gangster
Everyone.
movie, every single one,
And
and
the
it's funny.
fact that she comes back when they're doing the Godfather thing, and he comes back with the baby. Are you sure? And the lady, are you sure it's mine?
Well,
Christina
no,
Applegate.
she looked at the little kid, and he has the kid,
Yeah.
and he goes introduces, and then she goes, "Oh, what a cute kid! What's your name?" And he goes, the kid goes, "Diane." He goes, and then she goes, "That's my name," and he goes, I'm named after my mommy," which is hilarious. But the kid, who's not a great actor, but in this one scene goes, "Diane." We laugh so hard.
And it's a later role for Lloyd Bridges, but Lloyd
It's
Bridges
his
is
last role.
yeah, he's so funny.
Yeah, it's
He
dedicated to him because he passed
yeah,
away.
because he did before this, he did the Hot Shots movies, and so he really could do
Airplane.
Airplane.
Yeah.
He was so good in that. Picked the wrong day to stop huffing glue.
You know, the funny thing is, if you know, he was on Seinfeld. Also, his character's name is a little offshoot, but it was a Mendelbaum. And at one point he does say a couple of times like Dr. Mendelbaum, which is funny. Like,
Yeah.
anyway, it's just I know that's a sliding because
Right.
it's when Seinfeld was
Mhm.
just out. Like they were filming it probably right around the same time he did those.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Mafia is
goofy, silly,
yes.
stupid, but fun.
But if you liked Airplane, if you like any
It's
of
not
that
on that
kind of-
level.
no, but
It's
if you
more on like a Loaded Weapon to me. Like,
I think
there are a couple of
I
good
would have put it
gags.
ahead of Loaded Weapon, but it's more of it's on a par with Hot Shots.
Yeah,
It is a
okay.
Hot Shots.
Yeah.
If you like a Hot Shots, you'll like Mafia. When when Lloyd Bridges turns around and he's got that whole watermelon rind shoved in his mouth,
Yeah.
you're gonna chuckle.
Yeah.
Because you know
Watch
the
the
scene
trailer.
with the orange.
Yeah. If you know The Godfather, Casino, Goodfellas, like it's just a
Yes.
mix of all those.
Yes, if you know,
parody
if you watched a Martin Scorsese movie or an you
Francis
know the
Ford
jokes.
Coppola. Yeah.
You know the joke.
I only have one other that I
Yeah,
watched.
what's
What
the
about
other
you?
one?
You got anything?
No,
I
that's it.
watched a 2018 Japanese movie called The Shoplifters. I'm trying to figure out the best way to describe this without giving a lot away. It is about, let's just say, if you take a family like Parasite, the low class,
Yeah.
but a little more criminal. It's more like, and I told Amy this. I said it's almost like watching a Japanese version of the family from the TV show Shameless, like
Okay.
kind of scandalous, scamming
Yeah.
people, whatever, but not too much, just enough. But anyways, it's this family who's living, and you don't know anything. They find, I don't want to give too much away because they build all this information as it goes along. But this guy opens the movie and goes around with his young kid who's probably like 8, and he's taught his kid how to shoplift. And there's this fun little weird little ritual the kid does right before he shoplifts
Mhm.
and then takes stuff, which Amy and I have been doing nonstop. But anyways, he teaches his kid, his 8-year-old, how to shoplift, and that's how this family survives. Is they're shoplifting things, usually for food. Usually it's food stuff, but then sometimes they'll have a scam where they can get something and go sell it and make a little money. Those kind of people, uneducated, low-class Japanese people, they're living with their grandmother, who is not supposed to have people living in her state-sponsored housing or something, and so, like, they all have to hide when the people, it's very hard to describe. I don't want to give very much away, but the movie kind of opens pretty early on with, the dad and his son after they were out shoplifting all day, and then they come walking back, and there's a little girl crying, like, on a balcony. And so they go back home and they talk about it. And then, like, we got to go see what's up with this little girl. They go back and they take the little girl because she's obviously covered in filth. She's like locked out of a house, like on a balcony. There's nobody home. So they take the little girl.
Okay.
And then pretty much they find out that the little girl is, that the parents are saying she was kidnapped. And I don't want to get too much into it. I
Right.
extremely high recommend this. And I
Okay.
did cry.
I
The only
wrote it
time I
down.
cried is at the very, very end, the very last scene. But all of that, it's a great little movie. But it does lead us right into, we had talked last week
Yeah.
because with Rob Reiner and stuff, we talked about Misery and The Princess Bride and stuff like that in those movies that with kidnapping and hostage taking. And so I came up with a list of my
Yeah.
my list is probably too long, but of movies that are kidnapping and hostage taking and
Yeah.
things like that. I
Mhm.
imagine you did as well.
I did, yeah. I got
Very
myself a
good.
little list. I went through and I have pared mine down quite a bit. It's still maybe a touch long, but,
Yeah.
um, I'm assuming that at some point there is gonna be a handful of overlap, so that'll knock the list down just a touch, but
I
yeah.
think the only way, because it very much, I didn't, when we talked about it the first time, it didn't dawn on me how many there are, much
Yeah.
like the stupid narrow, not unnarrow,
Very
wide,
wide.
wide cat narrow, wide, whatever category for police,
Yes, let's talk about
movies with
cop movies.
men with hair. Anyways, this also has that same thing.
Yeah.
So I'm sure, like you, there's probably a
Mhm.
bunch we can knock off right off the
Yeah,
bat. And
right, I didn't go with the normals, like the ones you mentioned at the top at when we introduced the topic last week. I didn't go with the Dog Day Afternoons. I didn't do
Silence of the
the
Lambs,
Silence of the
Fargo,
Lambs.
Argo. I
Yeah,
like Fargo and Argo. I just like that I got to say that
Fargo,
together.
Argo, Argo,
Uh,
Fargo.
but it also dawned on me that, pretty much every slavery movie is a
Yes,
hostage movie. And I did
absolutely.
note 12 Years a Slave, but that, I don't want to minimize it, but it covers all slavery
Yeah,
films because
um
they are all just hostages.
and I'm gonna say it right now, we're not gonna talk about The Ref, even though it absolutely is, but it's been mentioned on our show before. It was talked about briefly last week introducing this.
I like
It's
the
a
ref.
great, funny movie, but I don't wanna get into it again.
Well,
That
let me
being said,
ask you,
yeah.
the first I will start with the one that breaks my heart, and it's probably on yours. It shows up on a lot of lists, and I only because I don't want to forget this movie exists, but that was Room. A
Mhm.
movie was heartbreaking.
Yeah,
Um,
it is not on my list 'cause
it's too big.
I
It's on
tried
every
very
list
hard
I
to
know,
get to stay away from awarded movies and go with movies that may or may not be traditionally
or forgotten
or
movies.
forgotten.
Like The Golden Child. They kidnapped
Oh, yeah,
the
the little
kid,
boy that
right?
and Eddie Murphy, yeah.
You know?
So I started off with a couple, I did start off with a couple of foreign films that both have, they both have American remakes, but both of the American remakes aren't as good. The first one, though, is called this movie called The Vanishing. It's from, I believe, 1990. George
Yeah.
Sluicer, his guy's girlfriend disappears at a rest stop, and he obsessively hunts for her for years. One of the most brutal, dreadful twists on the end. It's just a fantastic movie. Don't accidentally watch the Jeff Bridges one. It's in Kiefer Sutherland. It's not good. This one is amazing.
Let me ask you,
Yeah.
on the vein of that, because I
Yeah.
also listed that, and then I always conflate it, like it occupies very similar space in my mind with the 1997 movie, The Breakdown. Do you remember
Oh,
this with
the
Kurt
with Kurt
Russell
Russell, yeah.
and not Arlie Army, although he is in it. I can't remember. Just
Yeah, I
the
remember The
group people.
Breakdown. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that movie,
Yeah.
for what it is, but I always end up conflating those two. Even as you're
Yeah.
describing it, I'm like, is that The Vanishing
Is that the
also?
van No, it's
Anyways,
similar, same, but different, as they say.
right.
Um, and the one other I wanted to talk about, it's maybe more of a horror on that side of, on the horror side of things, but it's this movie called Funny Games by Michael Haneke. He
Okay.
also directed the American version, which is also really good, but it's basically a beat for beat remake just in English. It's these two guys that seem polite. They come into this family's vacation home, and they basically hold them hostage and make them play in these really sadistic games.
Okay.
So it's a little manipulative, torture-ish, not for the faint of heart, but it's a really well done movie. It's hard to say it's good when it's so mean, but
Sadistic.
yes,
Yeah.
but there's
I
that.
get that. It's like, yeah. Those are they can scar you, I think. And
Yeah,
so the
yeah.
right.
Um,
I'm not affected by this stuff because I am already
no,
damaged because
yeah,
like
but
you
those
can't emotionally
I just
trigger
wanted
me
to make sure to
anymore.
hit on a
You know.
couple of foreign films because they are out there and they are really good. So there's that.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you what kind
Um
of movies were quick on your list?
well, I have a bunch, but I and again, some are probably in your definition too big or whatever. But I did keep coming back to Cadillac Man. Do you remember that movie with
I
Robin
with
Williams
Tim, yeah, and Tim
and
Robbins? Is
Robin
it Tim?
Williams and Tim Robbins,
Yeah.
where he comes in
Uh-huh.
and holds up the
Holds the
Cadillac
bank.
dealership,
Yeah,
and
yeah, for
um, it's a funny movie.
yeah, I
The
haven't thought of it in
dynamic
years.
of Tim Robbins and yeah, Robin Williams together. I saw it, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. But the dynamic of those two guys is a shame they didn't do more stuff because I thought,
Yeah. So
especially dumb.
yeah,
Remember when Tim Robbins used to play the young and dumb, like not Andy Dufresne, before, yeah, pre Andy Dufresne, and then
yeah,
after Andy Dufresne, totally different.
yeah,
But that dumb character works really well with a fast talker like Robin
yeah.
Williams. So,
No,
anyways,
so you mentioned with Vanishing and Breakdown conflating the 2. I conflate Cadillac Man with a movie that that is not at all similar, but Clint Eastwood's Pink Cadillac. I always mix the 2 up for some just because
right.
they're Cadillacs in the title, I always mix those 2 up.
I only think of the white supremacists in that. Like, there's the North Idaho racists. As a kid,
Yeah,
I saw that and I
had
was
to be
like, "Are
North
people
Idaho,
like
huh?
that?" I was like, "It is North Idaho, I think." But I
Yeah,
was like, "Are people really like that?"
they really
Like, it was a
are.
militia group in 1987. They're talking about a racist militia group up there. But anyways,
It
and
was
then I
real.
realized in life that that is real. How about this? How about a totally forgotten and not a very good movie? 1994's The Chase with Charlie Sheen and Christy Swanson.
Christy Swanson, yes. Okay,
Entire
I gotta
movie
be
is basically
uncomfortably
just
honest.
about
I
yeah.
wanted that movie to be good. I watched the movie. I believe Henry Rollins is one of the police officers in that movie.
He is. I think Flea is also
Yeah,
one of
I
the
really
cops.
wanted that movie to be good, and as a, what, 14 year I don't remember, wait, 94?
94.
So as a 15-year-old watching that movie, because I watched it
I saw it in the
probably as soon
theater.
as I didn't see it in
Yep.
the theater, but I know I saw
Yeah.
it as soon as it was available at Blockbuster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, on just being honest, I really just kept saying, "When's she gonna show her boobs?" She's gotta
Yeah,
show her boobs, right?
she
She's gonna
doesn't.
show
Never
she
does.
doesn't show her boobs.
No,
Yeah, no, that's absolutely one. I'm surprised. So and I focus mostly on comedy, and I still didn't get to that.
it wasn't. It was a point where Charlie Sheen was, I think, in my mind, turning the corner. He had post Hot Shots, and he was turning the corner. He made some great serious movies after
Yeah,
this stuff, but
Wall
they
Street.
he had already lost.
Yeah,
I just didn't care for him as much
yeah,
more.
right.
He had already taken flavor away from me. How about an extremely I don't want to say underrated because it's a terrible movie, but I love it, and that's John Candy's Who's Harry Crumb.
So
I love it. I always have.
I
We've talked about it before, but
yes.
nobody else seems to like it.
I don't care what anyone says. There's not a John Candy movie that is so bad I won't sit and watch it. Even the quote unquote bad ones, Wagons East, I still have fun. Who's Harry Crumb is great. It does the only thing that's hard is freaking Jeffrey Jones
Yeah,
because he
yeah, that's
makes it
true.
problematic because of who he is. With his paying 14-year-old boys is rough.
Yeah, I don't. I
No,
have to
no,
always separate artists
no.
from art.
I generally no, but it's when he gets on the screen, I just get irritated. I
Yeah.
want but now when Barry Corbin comes on and Annie Potts comes in there, I'm laughing. Tim Thomerson as the tennis coach is as the meathead character is so funny. And
Hmm.
the costuming that John Candy does, when he's dressed up as a jockey and decides he has to use the short jockey phone, he
Yeah.
couldn't use the big one next to him. He had to use the short jockey
And he
phone.
gets stuck in the
He
phone
gets
booth. We
stuck
all
in
remember
there.
the trailer.
Yeah,
I love the movie. I always thought
yeah,
it was
I
just
still
dumb
do.
enough to make me laugh.
Yeah,
Terrible
I
movie.
enjoy it a lot.
As a kid, you get Annie Potts wears a see-through bra,
She
so
does.
you do
Yes,
get to
she
see a little bit
does.
of her
Yes, she does.
areola. And to
And
me, as a teenage
that's
boy,
amazing.
that was a lot.
Yeah, it was better than The Chase.
Yeah, it was better than
And
the
then there's
chase.
Shawnee Smith, who plays Barry Corbin's other daughter, who becomes kind of Harry Crumb's sidekick. I
Yep.
really like her. She's the pregnant girl in summer school.
Yeah.
She did all the
I
like
don't know her name.
I
I can't remember her name. She's
I don't
great
remember her
in
name
it
in that.
though.
Her name is Shawnee Smith in real life.
I think she's the best actor in that movie. I think she gives the best performance if I'm really thinking about it.
In Harry
Because
Crumb?
because
Oh,
she's the
yeah.
most grounded. I'm
Yeah.
actually thinking about lines
Yeah.
that she has in that
Well,
movie, and it's not a good movie.
she's definitely the straight man for
Yeah,
John Candy because they
completely.
definitely play off each other together, and she keeps it in reality. Yeah,
You s-
I love it. Yeah.
you say that about John Candy. I've got to ask you a question. In 1994, have you seen Hostage for a Day?
I haven't seen Hostage for a Day. I know the movie, haven't seen.
It's the only thing he directed.
Really? How so this
He's
is my quick that's my
I don't
quick
even know if
change
he's in it.
moment. He
He's
directed?
uncredited. He's
Uncredited directing?
uncredited. No, he's uncredited in the cast,
In
even
the
though he's on the
cast.
cover box. I don't think he's one of the main people. I didn't never seen the movie, but I was reading the synopsis of it, and the character that he's supposed to be playing isn't mentioned in any of the synopsis I found. I wonder if just wrote or just directed it. I've never seen it.
George Wendt,
Yeah,
John Vernon, who's great as the dean in, Animal
double
House.
s- double secret probation.
Double secret probation, baby. Yeah, I'm looking at this. Man, I didn't know that he directed anything.
Yep. Say
Um,
I don't know how we haven't I don't know the movie. We both need to find it. But he's
yeah,
so prominent on the cover, and then for him to be uncredited. If you look at
uncredited
IMDb
in the
in the
cast.
yeah, it's weird, right?
That is.
But
So,
I wonder
yeah.
if it's a Charlie Chaplin thing where he's like, there's a disclaimer, John Candy barely appears in this movie, stuff like that. But anywho,
Hostage for a Day is streaming on Tubi, so
I saw that.
I'm gonna have to give it a whirl.
You're
I'm
the
gonna
canary. You tell me if it's any good.
I'll give it
Let me ask you,
a
what did you
yeah.
think of the movie Alpha Dog?
So I never
Did you
watched
see
it.
it?
I didn't watch
Mm.
it. I remember it
Okay.
coming out. I remember wanting to and just never getting around.
So let me just say, based on a true story, they did a lot of those. It was Bruce Willis is a very small part. Sharon Stone is a very small part, and she's supposed to look old in it, and the makeup isn't all that good. But forget all that. Emil Hirsch is the main guy in it. I have always had trouble with the way Emil Hirsch
I
performs.
liked him in Into the Wild, but generally, and
I haven't seen it.
he's grown on me over the years. I'll say that.
He has the thing with his
The
eyes where
Girl
he
Next
blurs them out.
Door bothered me. His character in Lords of Dogtown, I don't like him.
Yeah.
But
I think some acting coach told him to act with intensity and show it with your eyes. And he took that as just getting his eyes really big whenever he's trying to be intense. And I think it's super distracting. I thought you told me it was a nervous tick, but who knows? But it doesn't matter.
I think IMDb told me that.
Despite him in this movie, I did like Alpha Dog. I think it was the first thing Justin Timberlake is also in it. He's a
So
fairly
it is
prominent
okay.
role.
I wanted to make sure I was thinking of the right movie. I was going to ask, is it the one with Timberlake? So yeah, I wanted to see it. I just never did because I always confuse
It's
that
got that kid
in Southland Tales.
that kid who died, plays Scotty in Star Trek. What's his name?
Wow.
And there's Star Trek
Oh,
reboot.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's his one.
Not Anton.
Anton. It is Anton something though.
Yeah.
Anton Weber?
No.
Whatever. But
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
he's great in it, and
Yeah.
he's the main.
Have you
He's the
seen the movie
kidnapped.
Thoroughbreds with him and Anya Taylor-Joy?
No.
Oh, check out that's a good movie. Oh yeah.
Good.
Did you
Okay.
see what was the
Schindler's.
no, it's not Schindler's List, but close. Peter Jackson movie with Kate Winslet and Melanie Linsky about the two girls.
Heavenly Creatures.
It's a very
Creatures.
Heavenly Creatures type of vibe.
Okay,
Thoroughbreds. It's really good. Yeah.
Hmm.
It was one of his last movies that he did before his untimely. I think it actually came out shortly after he passed away.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
Anyways,
I need to watch it. I need to watch
Alpha Dog is I'm looking this way. It's worth watching. It's very stylish. It is also, I didn't think about it, but I think the entire thing is told in flashback, if I remember correctly.
We missed one.
Yeah. But anyways, it's good. The performances are all really good. The kid from, which I only knew him from Freaks and Geeks. Plays the handicapped kid on Freaks and Geeks. I can't remember the actor's
Not Sam
name.
Levine, because that's the only name that's popping into my head right now.
No, but anyways, he played that. He played that character on Freaks and Geeks. And that's really all I knew him from. And then in this, he's a giant juice head, roided out, white supremacist gangster carrying guns around. But like, I don't mean gangster like gangster pictures or anything. I mean gangster like this guy's a fucking badass. Like, you know what I mean? Like real tough guys. Does that make sense? Like kind of people that you actually might encounter on the street and you're like, oh, I don't want to stay away from that guy. Anywho.
Anton Yelchin.
Yeah. That's the dead guy. I'm sorry.
Oh,
the
Sean
kid who passed away.
Haddisey's in it.
What's the kid from Freaks and Geeks? He's forget it. But anyways, Alpha Dog is good.
Are you talking about Ben Foster?
Ben Foster, thank you. That is exactly what I'm talking about.
He's great in his little 2-episode arc in My Name Is Earl.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
To prison.
I guess I don't know if I saw My Name Is Earl before. I think I saw this first. But anyways, all I knew was him from that character on Freaks and Geeks, which is he's a special needs kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden he is this menacing, get the fuck out, pardon my language. It's a very good movie for that, as far as those kind of things. But it's good. You should definitely check it out. It's stylish. Justin Timberlake is surprisingly great in it. Most everybody is. Even Emil Hirsch doesn't ruin it, but he kind of should. But anyways, Alpha Dog. I didn't know if you'd ever seen it. It's worth watching.
I'll check it out. How about this one? I got one for you. Do you remember Arlington Road?
I do remember Arlington Road
because
it was a cover box.
Robin.
It was on the new release wall next to Apt Pupil, if I remember correctly, at Blockbuster. I know. I don't know why. It's just in my head. But yeah, Arlington Road. Jeff Bridges.
Yeah. Tim Robbins and Joan Cusack. There's something about that movie. It feels now that I think about it, because of what it is, I feel like it's probably more relevant today because it's politically driven kind of, and the way that he turns the view so that it ends opposite of the way you think it should end.
Yeah, I remember that. I saw
Yeah.
it back then. I haven't seen it since.
Yeah.
I remember. I don't want to say being surprised, but kind of the ending I didn't expect, if
Yes.
I remember correctly. And I remember it's one of the few movies that kind of, I don't know, gave me a sick feeling to my stomach,
Yeah.
kind of like I felt after watching Memento,
Right.
where you
Yeah.
watch it, you watch it, and then that
When
ends, and
he
you're like,
writes that
oh,
note,
you just,
you're like, "Are you freaking kidding me?"
yeah, you just kind of feel like not grossed out, but just
But yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know. But but I haven't seen it really since.
And then
It's a solid movie, great
I
performances.
have one that I don't know if it counts. The Hitcher, Rutger Hauer, C. Thomas Howell, Jennifer Jason Leigh. He picks up the hitchhiker, and the hitchhiker begins menacing him,
Yeah, yeah.
I
Well, how about this? Instead of
stalking
that,
him.
let's say 1953's The Hitchhiker, because
They pick
the
him up, and then they take control. That one absolutely
they
does.
hold them. He holds
Yeah,
those two guys hostage
yes.
for the entire movie.
That one absolutely, I don't know if The Hitcher does. Maybe I just wanted an excuse to talk about
The Hitcher.
Vic's daughter again,
Yeah.
Jennifer Jason Leigh. Um, but the one that I really do wanna talk about that wasn't kinda on here as a question is one that that snuck up on me. I did not expect it to be good because it was set up as though it was a sequel to one of those found footage movies, Cloverfield,
Okay.
10 Cloverfield Lane with,
Hmm. Yeah.
John Goodman, Mary Elizabeth
Hmm.
Winstead. That is such a really like, the way that because it's confined to the
Yeah.
bunker, but
Yeah.
John Goodman legitimately took those 2 hostage. They are hostages, they're there against their will, and so it fits that, but it also has this whole other aspect to it, and it balances it all really well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've only seen it once. I
yeah,
don't think I saw it in the theater, but I saw it shortly after. I'd liked it a lot.
yeah.
I
Okay.
liked it. I didn't see Cloverfield when it came out, like when
I
everybody
saw
else in the hype.
Cloverfield after this.
Did you? I think I did too, actually. And it was, I understood why people like it make you nauseous and all that stuff. They hadn't figured out the editing technology to smooth it out so it doesn't make you nauseous. But that gave us Matt Reeves, which gave me the
Yeah,
Batman movie, and I
the
do love the
Batman.
Batman movie. But anyways,
And
yeah,
this is
10
Dan
Clover Lane's good.
Trachtenberg, and Dan Trachtenberg is now, like, taken over the whole Predator universe, and
Okay.
I haven't watched them all yet, but people are saying great things about them, that he's bringing it back to what made the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, the John McTiernan movie so good, so maybe that's
Any
something.
relation to the late, great Michelle
No, I
Trachtenberg?
wanted there
Oh,
to be, but there
yeah.
isn't. I
Mm.
tried. I was gonna make a fake connection, like, but I just couldn't do it. I
just
couldn't think of the
just say
joke.
their dads were neighbors as kids. Well, so I have a couple. One that I think about because it's on my list to watch anytime soon, which is Ruthless People, because they
So,
kidnap Bette Midler. I know
yeah,
that's a mainstream one, but
no, I think
I
it
gotta get
absolutely counts. It's on my list because, well, as
also Christy
children,
Swanson, right?
I
I
don't
think she's also in it.
yeah, and
Anyway,
the
go ahead.
but it's Zucker and Abrams, but Ruthless People in what, 1989 or whatever, it
Yeah,
was huge. It was everywhere. But now here we are 35 years later, and I don't know that enough people know about this movie.
they
If you're
don't.
younger, you don't.
Hmm.
If you're our age, we say it and you're like, "Oh, yeah, I remember that movie." But yeah, so it was actually the first when I said I wanna focus on a lot of comedies, that
Yeah,
was the first one.
I bought it on DVD in a 3-pack for like $10, and it's Ruthless People, Outrageous Fortune,
Of
which
course.
is I don't remember, but I think so, but we'll see. And then Down and Out in Beverly Hills. All three of those
Yeah,
movies, forgotten 80s classics that
yeah.
are worth people remembering and watching again.
I have not watched
Down and Out in Beverly Hills is fucking funny, and I've
I
watched it
haven't
in the
watched
last few
either of
years.
those I've seen Ruthless People in the last 10 years or so. I haven't seen either of the other 2, Outrageous Fortune or Down and Out in Beverly Hills in since
Down and Out in Beverly
then.
since then, Down and Out in Beverly Hills, the main kid, the son, Richard Dreyfuss, Bette Midler, rich family. Nick Nolte is like a homeless guy who tries to kill himself and just throws himself into their pool to
Yeah,
drown himself.
yeah,
And then they don't want to just send him back out because they're liberals, is I think is the whole idea. They're hippies, I think you keep saying, like,
yeah.
with the hippies to us, and they're basically in the 80s making fun of the 80s yuppies who were the hippies in the 60s. Anyways, and so, but they have a couple of kids, and one of the kids is the son, who, by the way, is, I think, if I remember correctly, playing what might be a closeted gay character. I don't remember if there's anything to that, but I know that is not dealt with in the most tender way, but not in a
Oh, yeah.
horrible 80s way. But the thing is, he films everything. His whole thing is to run around with a camera and film stuff, and all he does is talk about directors, but mostly it's like Steven Spielberg and Francis Ford Coppola and stuff. I watched it in the last few years. I tell you, it is very funny. By the
I
way,
need to watch it,
Gerard
yeah.
Depardieu is very much Nick Nolte as you
Yeah,
remember him from 48
I
Hours. That's
when I
exactly the
when I
person.
pulled yeah, when I pulled up, La Chèvre to put it in my watch list because it's on Canopy, I saw the cover box picture, and it's the 2 of them standing, like, back to back like this kinda thing,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and I was like, "No, that's Nick No that's a French
that's
Nick Nolte
100%.
right there, for
Yeah,
sure."
and he's
Until
better than in
until
these
he got
movies.
the bursted capillary drunk guy nose that
Yeah.
came later.
And puffed out like we all do. Like, I'm not
He did,
judging him for
he
that.
did.
But anyways, I know what we're talking about. Oh, Down on Beverly Hills. Everybody should watch it. That's not a kidnapping movie. But what
No.
about one of the ones that we've talked about before, so I'm not going to go too into it, but Swimming with Sharks. Now, I know same deal. You have an issue with Kevin Spacey, but
No,
I
no,
loved the
but
movie then. I love it now.
no,
I
so
still
you
like
know
it.
what? There's a difference between Jeffrey Jones and Kevin Spacey, not in the level of their crimes. Not I'm not talking about any of that. That's your everybody gets their own has their own views on that. And I absolutely think that their going forward careers should be where they are, not happening. However, Kevin Spacey is a really good actor. Jeffrey
Right.
Jones is not.
That's true.
And I have a heart when Jeffrey Jones comes on, he just because he seems pompous and he seems like he seems did you see Jamaica Inn with Charles Lawton? Just over the top, just
Hmm.
anyway, he is the epitome of a scene chewer. He's big. He always comes across as bigger than the movie. Think Mom
Right.
and Dad Save the World.
Yeah, yeah.
He is
He's,
replaceable. Kevin Spacey's a really good actor and disappears in
yeah,
the role.
yeah.
That's my problem.
True. All very true. Um, briefly, I'll mention Fortress from
Yeah.
1985. We've talked about it
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot.
Oh, yeah.
That is the definition of a kidnapping movie, where it's a true story. In Australia, these thugs kidnapped an entire grade school, small schoolhouse full of kids and the teacher, and then buried them in a semi trailer, buried in the ground, and held them for hostage. Something like that. That's the actual story. This one's a
Yeah,
little different. They a
yeah,
little more,
yeah, this one,
Lord of the
they're out on
Fliesy.
a they were out, like, on a field trip to some cave or
No,
something.
they break into the school.
No, she uses her survival skills to
Yeah, they're
escape the cave or whatever they're in. They
yeah.
swim and they do all this stuff. Yeah.
They
Instead of
break
being
into the school,
buried.
which I think
Yeah.
is the creepiest part about it,
Yeah.
is every kid remembers being in class, like to a teacher, and then all of a sudden in the window you have this Santa Claus figure, the owl, and
And I will
that's
say
why it probably warped me and
it is
effed me
one
up.
of it is one of the creepiest, Santa Claus masks I've ever seen.
Yeah. Plus the guys look normal.
Yeah,
Like they just it looks like shit. This could actually, and it did
right.
happen.
I
But
would
anyways,
like to let everybody know if you're interested. It's not currently streaming anywhere, but you can buy Fortress on DVD on Amazon right now, used like new
isn't it
condition
still?
for
Yep.
$203.
Isn't it still on YouTube?
It probably is. That's
I
where
think
I
it's on
watched it
YouTube.
finally.
You can
It's
watch it on YouTube.
yeah. There is a pretty when I watched it, I was able to find a really clear, clean version of it streaming on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How about this one? I'm sure it's on your list because you're even more of a fan than I am, but that's Danny Boyle's A Life Less Ordinary.
I don't have that on my list, but that's a good one.
Yeah, so it's a botched kidnapping, right? But
Yeah.
it's a kidnapping nonetheless, and Ewan McGregor, Cameron Diaz showing she did actually have some acting chops.
I always conflate that with that he all the money in the world. Do you remember that movie? Danny Boyle, I think, also produced that, which
Oh,
is the true story of the
the
Hearst kid, not Hearst. Hearst?
Getty,
No, not the Getty
the
kid,
Getty, yeah,
who was kidnapped in Italy, and
yeah,
then he was part of this setup. And
yeah.
anyways,
Where
then they
Christopher
made a
Plummer
TV show.
famously refilmed all of the Kevin Spacey scenes and was still nominated for an Oscar.
I did not know that.
Yeah. It was originally
That's a
Kevin
pretty good movie.
Spacey, all the Me Too stuff happened, so they went back and reshot everything with Christopher Plummer.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a
Yeah, that's
a solid
another
actor,
good
so
one.
you know.
One that I'll just highlight real quick because we've talked about it several times on this show, but I like it more than most, and that's, Coen Brothers' Lady Killers.
It's a good
They
movie.
they I mean,
Kidnapping is a theme in the Coen Brothers movie, by the way.
yes, they
Because I had
Fargo.
Raising Arizona,
I was
Fargo, I
Raising
had
Arizona is on my
Big
list.
Lebowski. Like
Raising Arizona
they
is on my list,
yeah,
but, uh
they like the kidnapping
yeah,
notion.
yeah, that and I'm sure Get Shorty's on your list. Yeah, but I think that one still gets referenced today, so I think that one's kind of a biggie.
Yeah.
How
I
about
don't have
this?
Get Shorty on my list.
Oh,
I that makes sense. But
what about there's this movie that it's a small movie, but it stars a couple of people we actually like. I didn't like until more recently. The stars Danny McBride and the great Caitlin Olsen. It's this little movie called Arizona.
well, I've seen that. I
Have you?
forgot all about that movie. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that
It's
it's a
it's some guy gets talked into buying a house in a new development
mhm,
in this community, the subdivision in
yeah,
Arizona, high end or whatever, and then finds out that not only is the land kind of shitty, that all the other houses are empty, nobody's buying them. He's lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. He kind of loses it and goes after the real estate people who
yeah,
suckered him into buying this
mhm,
house, and
and
it's pretty good.
over the
It's a
top
pretty good movie.
violent, dark
Yeah,
humor, like all
it's
things
okay.
that are right up my alley for sure.
Yep,
Um,
yep, yep. I
it's
forgot about that. Good call.
anti-hero comedy. Yeah, love that one.
Have you seen did you watch 2017 Snatched with Amy
Oh,
Schumer and
no.
Goldie Hawn?
I
It's
heard
dumb,
it
it's
was a
cute, it's got a couple of funny bits. Amy Schumer shows her breasts in
naked,
it,
yeah.
which is just awesome.
Is it
Just
weird that
because,
I
you
would
know,
prefer to see Goldie Hawn at this point?
I both I like, you
Hey,
know, all breasts are good. I
you've
want to
seen
see all
one
of
pair,
them,
you wanna see them all.
every single one. But anyways, that's an honorable mention on my part. But what about again, I took this off my list, but I had The Man Who Knew Too Much, both versions, because it's so good of a story
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Hitchcock made it twice. But forget that one. Here's one I vaguely remember because it was at a time where I wasn't watching these kind of movies, but Mad City from 1997, and
With
I
John Travolta?
John Travolta and
Yeah,
Dustin Hoffman, right?
yeah, yeah,
And he goes in and takes a bunch of people hostage, trying to get a message out about corruption.
yeah.
Like, I know I've
No,
seen
you're
it, but
right,
I'm
for
trying to
some in
remember.
my that's another one, I always get that one mixed up with Wag the Dog, and I
Totally
don't
different movie.
not even the same thing. Wag the Dog's about staging war for
Yeah,
political
which
benefit.
that would never happen.
Never happened, that's not realistic at all.
Um,
Um,
anyways,
yeah,
but
Mad
no,
City, that's a good
Mad
one.
Ci he goes in, he holds a bunch of people hostage to get a message out, and then I think John Travolta is the news reporter, and they I don't know if he gets called in, but he's trying to report on the story from inside. So he's helping the guy get the message out, and like they're trying to censor him because the message is not what the public they don't want the public to know, whatever it is. But I remember liking it enough when I saw it, but totally forgot about it until I was thinking about movies like
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
On a lighter note, we did mention last week, but House Arrest with Jennifer Love Big Tits. I'm sorry, Jennifer Love
yes.
Hewitt,
Love Hewitt.
who I've
Mhm.
always had a crush on.
She's
But
and you know what?
goofy movie.
I our posts on social media do not go big very often. However, I posted so she got a lot of hate from the uh the the younger community when she did just this last year when she made the new I Know What You Did Last Summer. They made the new
Okay.
one and she's in it. And as we all do, she's added on a couple of pounds. she's not as skinny as she was when she was younger. So I
Yeah,
took a picture of her on the red carpet and I posted it and said, "If you think this is fat, you're the problem, not her." Something to
yeah,
that effect, and it kinda took off because I don't care. She is still just as beautiful as she ever was.
gorgeous.
Just a beautiful young lady. Young
Yeah.
lady, she's my age, we're old people. We're talking about young lady. Uh,
But she was good in that. She was
yeah.
really cute in that movie.
Mhm.
Is her I'm trying to remember who the main kid is. Uh,
Uh,
I keep thinking the
yeah.
guy from, Erie, Indiana, but it's not.
Was it Will Friedle?
I don't know who that is. I
The
know him by
big
name.
brother in Boy
Did he
Meets
play the
World?
Cowardly Lion? No, not him. Okay.
Not
Then I
that,
don't
no, not Bert, it wasn't Bert Lahr. Um,
know.
while we think about that, how about a really funny Barry Levinson flick, Bandits, with
Oh,
Bruce and Billy Bob Thornton, Kate Blanchett?
I like that
I
movie.
like that movie too.
Yeah, where
I
they go to, hold a family hostage while they go to a bank president's house, which by the way is kind of just a cop out for or they're just stealing Dirty Mary Crazy Larry because those guys
Yeah,
go to grocery store bank owners' houses, hold their family hostage, and then make them open the safe and give them all the money. But anyways, I do like Bandits a lot. Like it's they're going to all these rich people's houses, bank presidents and stuff like that, and they're holding the wife hostage and make the bank president go open the safe and get everything out. Those kind of
yep,
things, right?
and they end up taking Kate Blanchett's character hostage, and then they
And
both
she's
and then
into
it
it.
turns
She's happy to
into,
be,
yeah,
yeah,
and they both fall for her, so it's got the love triangle thing going
yeah.
on. Yeah,
It's a good movie. It's
I
one of the
like
better
that one.
Bruce Willis around that time.
Yeah,
Billy Bob's always good. Kate
yeah.
Blanchett's
Well,
a
and that was what I
genius.
was trying to think. Did Bruce Willis do any other, like, legit good movies after 2001, or was this kinda the end of the good for him? Like,
That's a
he
big
started
list. I'd have
churning
to
them
go
out,
through.
not, I'd have to do
Yeah,
some more research, but yeah.
I'm guessing no, but I'm sure somebody would point out something.
Yeah,
Let
I'm
me.
sure, I'm sure.
I have not seen this one yet. Actually, there's two I haven't seen, but I know you've seen at least one of them. First, I'll mention that I meant to watch, but I watched Francis Weber instead. But Kier Kurosawa was High and Low,
Yeah,
not the
I haven't
remake
seen
Higher
High,
and Lowest or whatever,
I wanna
but
do a
High and
double
Low,
feature. I wanna do a double feature where I watch High Low and the
and then
new Wesley Snipes movie. I just wanna
Wesley
watch them
Snipes.
together back to back.
Is Wesley Snipes what Wesley Snipes movie?
Not Wesley Snipes. Did I say Wesley
Denzel
Snipes?
Washington. You did.
No, oh my g
I don't think he acts anymore, does he?
I meant to say Spike Lee. Wow, I meant to say Spike Lee. I don't know
Cut
what
that, cut
that
that, cut
was.
that, cut that, cut that. But anyways, you did see it. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm gonna watch it this weekend. Begonia, and
Yeah,
that looks really
oh,
good. And that whole thing
that
is that they're kidnapping her, right?
mhm, that movie is so
Yeah,
stinking
that
good.
looks great.
Definitely gotta watch it. And
I
man,
can't. I can't say much about him because I haven't seen him.
no, I won't say anything. I'm just gonna say there is a character in it. I don't know the actor's name because he's brand new. It's his first role, his first movie, but he is legitimately a neurodivergent person. He's on the spectrum, autism spectrum, but he is so good. He plays Jesse Plemons' brother. They're in this thing
Okay,
together, so it
got it.
doesn't give it anyway. But his performance is so stinking good. Um, Kyle Howard is the boy in in House Arrest.
So I don't know him then.
Doesn't
Do
mean
I?
anything to anybody.
I
But
definitely wouldn't know him by name, maybe by face. I feel like he was in
you'll
some other stuff,
recognize
but
his face.
maybe
You'll be
not.
like, "Oh, I don't know where I know that from."
That guy.
How about the Martin McDonagh film, Seven Psychopaths?
Yeah, I forgot all about that movie. That like remember Lucky Number 11,
Yep. Yeah,
Seven
they all came out
Psychopaths.
together, yeah.
Yeah, around the same time, and they
Yeah,
all kind of fit that. They're trying to be Guy Ritchie, crimey,
right.
but split up like Pulp
Mhm.
Fiction. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
but Martin McDonagh
Um,
actually has some
I
decent
like,
ability to
yeah,
direct.
I like
Yeah,
Seven Psychopaths. Colin
yeah.
Farrell, right?
Colin Farrell and Sam Rockwell,
And
2 of my
he's yeah, and
faves, yeah.
Colin Farrell isn't Colin Farrell the lead, and he's the writer, and he's writing these psychopath characters, and then somehow gets involved in this criminal thing.
Mhm.
Anything with Sam Rockwell in it, I love.
Yeah.
So
And I just realized that I had another Coen Brothers movie on here because you're right. Every movie of theirs could almost fall in this,
they
but
have a
Burn
lot.
After Reading.
Oh yeah, yeah. They
I
definitely
have a
like it a
I
lot.
have a movie on here, and now I'm thinking it doesn't really fit because it's more manipulation and deception, but it's, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Because
Yeah,
why not have an excuse to talk about Steve Martin and Michael Caine
and one
just
of my favorite
hamming it
movies of
up?
childhood.
Yeah, just
Let me
ham
ask you. I know I've seen this movie and I'm racking my brain to remember, but do you remember the from 2005 Hard Candy?
Yeah,
And it
with
was
Elliot Page when it was still Ellen, yeah,
yeah,
yep.
and as a young underage girl, she's being lured in by this pedophile, and then I think she holds him
She turns
hostage.
the tables on him, yeah.
I know to spoil anything, but there's
Well,
that movie,
that
and I haven't
happens
seen it in
pretty
a long
quick.
time.
That happens pretty
Okay.
quick. She does that.
For
Yeah.
it's a I remember being brutal to watch. Not as bad as that Japanese movie that I can never remember the name of, but um
Old Boy?
anyway. No. I've
That's
not seen
Korean,
that.
that's Korean.
That's Korean. No, but anyways, I'll think of
Um,
it. But
I only have one more that I really wanna talk about because I don't think that it absolutely fits, but I don't know that anybody would have brought it up, and that's the one-man show that is Buried with Ryan Reynolds.
I like that movie.
I liked it a
I
lot.
did think about it too,
Yeah.
but I couldn't remember the beginning. I know he's put in the box.
Yeah, I mean, he's trapped alive, it's
Yeah.
technically he's confined against his will by someone
Yeah.
else,
No. Yeah. It
um,
fits completely.
and
I thought about it.
it is such a claustrophobic, sweaty, dirty, small movie, but it
Yeah.
works so well, and Ryan Reynolds is just he's actually a really good actor and a likable human,
Yeah.
so
I'm a big fan, and as a
yeah.
young actor.
Yeah,
Um well, so I have two more.
okay.
One which was I thought about Suicide Kings because I think it's an underrated and somewhat
Yeah,
forgotten movie,
right, but
with
it
this great cast
Suicide
of young
Kings,
people.
yeah. Suicide Kings is hilarious. I every time anybody mentions that or Spanish Prisoners, I was like, those are the 2 movies that were all like, they were the original 2 movies in the Walmart $5 movie bin,
Right.
and you could always find those 2 in there no matter what.
A lot of copies of them. Like,
Yeah,
I think they thought because they had Christopher Walken, they would do better.
yeah, and
But
Spanish Prisoner
it's
with Steve Martin going serious.
yeah. But Suicide Kings is a fine movie, but it leads because you have some I think Will Wheaton is in both, but then it led me to Toy
Johnny
Soldiers.
Galecki.
Johnny Galecki. Well, there's a huge cast
Yeah, I
in
mean,
Suicide
but
Kings.
there's a couple of
Jay Moore. I think Jay Moore's in it.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
Jay
but
Moore not
anyways,
having to do his Christopher Walken because Christopher Walken's right there.
I think that's where all of his stories
Come from
where
that.
he's like Christopher Walken came out and said, "Yeah, the tail."
The
Like he does
dog,
all of
I'd be a
his
dog.
jokes.
Yeah.
Well, he goes like
You really wanna
he goes,
fly.
"Yeah, would you rather be a fly or have a tail?" "Oh, I have a tail. Come on." But
That was
anyways,
good.
so that but it made me think like Toy Soldiers from 1991,
Yeah.
which I think I've already told the story, but I'll tell it really quickly again, which is my best friend growing up and I went to go see movies all the time. This was rated R. It was only playing at one theater in Medford, and they didn't allow
J
minors in
They
without a
actually
parent.
ID checked, yeah.
Well, at the door. So his
Yeah.
dad bought us tickets. We were
Mhm.
13, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Bought us tickets to Toy Soldiers, and we were walking in. They said, "You can't see this. You don't have an adult with you." And so we didn't get to go see it. Instead, we saw Mannequin 2 on the Move,
On the
which is the only
moon.
reason I saw that in the theater. What a terrible movie. But later, I did see Toy Soldiers. I think it's fucked up, pardon my language, that they wouldn't let me go see that at 13. But that is a great movie. It's very much like Fortress, where all these kids at this, except for their rich kids in this private school, are being held prisoner by these gangsters or, a terrorist. I think it's terrorists,
Yeah,
actually.
terrorism.
And they're at a military academy, so there's a lot of
Yeah.
guns around.
So there's it and you remind me of another one with a lot of young actors that's a similar idea, that's Taps
Yeah.
from
That's from the
'81 with
80s.
Timothy
Yeah.
Hutton, Sean Penn, Tom Cruise, Gustavo Fring,
Yeah.
Giancarlo Esposito's in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Young
Yes.
Giancarlo. But I don't know. It's years and years later. I saw Toy Soldiers, and it's a forgettable movie. but it's got this huge cast of the who's who of people. Do you remember?
Yeah, it's
Like,
like every kid actor who was transitioning to a young
yeah,
adult act.
yeah, at that exact time, like all these early 80s and 80s actors, as they were making
Mhm.
that change, and all of a sudden now they're going to start doing adult roles. And this is the difference in them, because I think they were
Right.
playing semi-action star, but
Mhm.
they start off as kids, so they gave us a movie to show their transition, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because it's like kid-wise, obviously the two big ones are Sean Astin and Will Wheaton,
Yeah, yeah.
Keith Coogan's in it, but it's also
Hmm.
got like, well, you mentioned Arlie Ermey earlier, he's in it, Lou Gossett
Yeah,
Jr.'s in it.
big cast of
It's
people.
huge cast. I don't know, did yeah, the director was the writer for Beverly Hills Cop. Daniel Petrie or Petrie Jr., not Rob Petrie, but
Daniel's son,
Dan
he's from Karate Kid.
Daniel-san Karateki. Sorry,
Don't
I
do that
shouldn't have done
voice.
that. That was really dumb. That was really dumb.
Anywho,
I
um,
apologize.
but let me just so let me ask you, because when I was thinking about this one, I thought, why Sean Astin's career is maintained a lot better than Will Wheaton.
Yes.
And I don't mean Will Wheaton is
No,
doing fine, but
yeah,
listen,
yeah.
comparatively, Sean Astin's in the effing Lord of the Rings movies, for Christ's sake,
Right.
amongst many
Many
other
others,
things,
many others.
including
50 First Dates.
and Demoted. Yeah, I do like him in
I
50
know.
First Dates.
I think he's
He's
hilarious as like the steroid user.
Yeah, I it's the Adam Sandler Drew Barrymore movie I like, but I'll admit that. But his career's worked out so much better than Will
Yeah.
Wheaton, and not that Will Wheaton's isn't,
No,
but I think
Will Wheaton has definitely owned the nerd space.
the
The
Star Trek,
the
yeah,
Star Trek, the comic book, the
yeah,
D&D adventure kind of guy, and good for him, but
sure.
he definitely owns that world. He's
Steve
actually
Gutenberg is going to be at the short circuit party in
right.
Astoria.
Yeah.
You embrace the work that
Yeah,
people love,
absolutely,
right?
and I will say, like, Will Wheaton before,
Will Wheaton,
Wheaton
good. Will
Whip
Wheaton,
Whip
cool whip.
Cool whip. Now, Will Wheaton was I don't know if they stopped it with the untimely death of Rob Reiner, but him, and Corey Feldman, and I think Casey
Oh,
Moscow were doing a tour of and taking, Stand By Me around because it's the 40th anniversary of Stand By Me,
also up in
1986.
Oregon. People
Yeah.
just love touring
They
Oregon,
do.
those little
But no,
cities.
they're going around the US. They were touring the US doing, showings and then Q&As afterwards and stuff.
That town, they do stuff in that
Yeah,
town,
they have a whole
because
thing.
I saw a whole Stand By Me 20 facts you didn't know, or whatever it was. But and they showed the people that go there for tours on a regular basis, and some of the houses and
Yeah.
the train tracks.
My
The tracks are
dad
gone, but it's
yeah.
exactly the
My
same,
dad
you know.
before he luckily retired and doesn't have to do it anymore, he was a flooring installer for 40 something years or whatever. But he had a contract where he had to go up to that town and he did new flooring in a whole bunch of the buildings that you actually see in the
Oh,
movie. Yeah, it was pretty
wow.
cool to hear about. I was looking at Daniel Petrie before we pivot and talk about next week. He did Toy Soldiers. His very next movie, In the Army Now.
Mm,
His first directing is Toy Soldiers. His second, In the Army Now,
yeah.
and then a whole bunch of like direct to video / TV movie stuff, and
Came out
nothing
like a
since
shot, but
2015.
didn't have anything to carry him
Just
along.
nothing. Like, great writer, did
That would
some
be a topic for a whole different time, would be people who came out, especially directors,
yeah,
who came out heavy. Well, let me ask you, what about child actors very much doing the same thing?
yeah.
Because in the case of like a Will Wheaton or something, those guys actually are successful.
Yeah,
But we both know
there's so many that
child actors.
well, the one that I just mentioned that I've already forgotten his name, but that's in the house arrest with Jennifer Love Hewitt. I don't
Is his name Gabe Jarrett
or
or
Chris
Chris Makepeace?
Makepeace?
Okay.
Did
Garrett
he do a
Graham?
show
It's
with
not
Garrett
Garrett Graham.
Graham? Did
Did
he
he
do
do
something
anything
with
with
Garrett?
Garrett Graham?
If you were in a movie with Garrett Graham, you're good. No,
I love
but
the Chris
you're right.
Makepeace
I
stuff.
think that would be a fun topic to kinda highlight some,
Yeah, child actors. The
underseen movies with
successful
like, I don't even care if they were successful long term, but just some
No.
successful things featuring,
Yeah.
like a Christmas Story. Obviously, we wouldn't talk about because that's a Mount Rushmore type of film, but
Right.
something like that. You will always know Scotty Schwartz from that movie.
Right.
So
And the reboot,
and the
which you should see.
sequel
It's really good.
that I do need to watch, but I feel like it's a little too late for that now. Until
Next
next
Christmas.
Christmas.
Well, this might drop on Christmas, right?
It's
I don't
gonna
know.
come out in
We're
time
we're
for
usually recording pretty far ahead. But let's talk next week about child
Yeah,
actors.
I think that's a great idea.
The ups and downs. I mean, I have no personal experience,
No,
and I wouldn't want to judge anybody
no,
but
but
a lot of people leave the business for one
yes,
reason or another. They
absolutely.
try. A great example is Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle.
Mhm.
I'm sure still
Yeah,
gets good residual checks from
I'm
that show,
sure.
and he should. He's
Yeah,
great,
yeah,
but they're doing a reboot. He's the only one who's like, no, 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 I don't act anymore.
yeah. It
That's not my life anymore. You know?
I would never be able to tell the story as good as, what's his name? Malcolm. What the hell's his name? Malcolm.
Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Oh, may he rest in peace.
Yeah.
No, but, whatever his name is, Malcolm, the actor,
Frankie
Malcolm
Muniz.
Frankie Muniz was doing an interview talking about the reboot that's getting ready to come out here before too long. I think June or July, something like that.
Something,
Maybe even
yeah.
before then. I don't know. But anyways, he was talking about it, and he said he was texting or talking to uh, Er- uh Eric Sullivan's the other brother. He was talking to Dewey on the phone, and he was talking about we're gonna do it and all this. And he goes,
It's Eric Pursullivan.
"Is
That's
it
he's Dewey.
Yeah, Eric
Yeah.
Sullivan." And he said his response, "Man, I'm really excited for you guys. Have fun."
Yeah.
And he's like, "You're not gonna do it?" And then he's like, "No, I'm not an actor anymore. I don't
Yeah.
want to do it. I
Yeah.
thing." And he's like, "But that was his whole thing was, man, that sounds great for you guys." And he's just like, "That's it. I think that's great. Good for you." I will be slightly bummed to not see him on screen, but I get it and I support it. But as a fan, I'll be a little bummed.
We're gonna see Craig's dad has also lost like 150 pounds.
Yeah, he lost a ton of
Like,
weight.
you know, and also doing a really terrible Night Court reboot, but I digress.
I only watched the pilot episode of the Night Court reboot, and I said nope.
Yeah, I
Because
couldn't do it.
unashamedly love the old school Night Court.
Me too. I
Had
mean,
it,
I used to. And I find it hard to watch now, but
I like
that's just me.
I like the first 4 seasons of the original Night Court.
I just can't do even old stuff. If laugh track is hard,
Yeah.
laugh track or
I
the
get it.
canned or the prompted studio audience. And listen, I love Seinfeld, and there's a laughing audience there, but I feel like they're actually laughing
Right. There is a difference.
as well as being prodded. But
I heard somebody was talking, it may have been Smartless, it may have been another one, but they were talking about the canned laughter when it's not filmed in front of a live studio audience. Like a lot of the Disney Channel kid shows and stuff, that laughter
yeah,
you hear was recorded in like the late 50s or early 60s. So every laugh you're hearing is dead.
yeah,
It's like,
that's
that's a
what's
good joke.
that's Andy Kaufman's thing. Andy Kaufman famously did that on Fridays when
Oh,
he like you saw Man in the Moon.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so and this is an actual story, he was supposed to go on because he was
Yeah.
Latka and
Yeah.
he was a big deal, and he goes on Fridays, which is like a precursor, same time as Saturday Night Live, but it was a sketch show, live sketch show, and he came out and yelled that to the audience, like, "Why are you guys laughing? Like, this isn't," he goes, "You hear all those laughs that are going, all these things like that? That's not real. Those people are all dead." He did that, and that's how he got
Oh,
fired from there.
yeah.
They say that was one of the first
Wow.
major professional gags or pranks that he pulled, was something like that. Yeah. He
Yeah.
was the one who came
He
out and
really
screamed that
did
to
get
the
up on
audience.
stage and read an entire novel. He really did have a bunch
Mhm.
of city buses come and pick everybody
It
up
was
to go.
Gatsby, right? Didn't he read
He
Gatsby?
read The Great Gatsby. He
It's a
did
great
take people, yeah,
book-ish, you know?
but
Yeah.
maybe not to sit and listen to Andy Kaufman read in one sitting.
I like in the
The
movie there are people who stuck around
I
and
just
wait for the end.
yeah. Is the
That
joke
would be
coming?
me. I'm a completionist, and I'm like, nope.
No, I'm sitting there. No, no, no. He's good. There's gonna be a
There's gonna be
punchline. There's
at the
gonna be
end.
a
He's gonna go,
punchline.
"Thank you very much." Something like that, you
But he
know.
really did take a whole room, a whole studio full of people, or
For milk and
for
cookies.
milk and cookies. Like these were real things. He was a performance artist that got
Yeah,
labeled comedian.
yeah,
So,
and a
um,
comedian with a catchphrase, which is the
God,
antithesis of what
of what
he
he want.
thought
Yes.
was his artistic
Yeah.
integrity
Well,
would give him.
yes, absolutely. Like his humor is so much more the humor that I love. It's awkward.
Yeah,
It's just it's
crunchy.
unexpected. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, we've
So
been
first,
we've
let's
been
talk.
talking a lot. So let's
Let,
kids.
we'll do child actors next week.
Yes.
I only want to mention because it's just fit in my the list of the other ones. But if anybody hasn't seen The Professionals from 1966, it's a western. It's insanely good. A very young, beautiful. I can't remember her name right now. Is kidnapped and taken to like Mexico and by a group of bandits or something, and then like this great cast of guys in this 1966. I can't remember anyway who's in it. I'm blanking right now. But as far as kidnap movies, it's one of my favorite ones. I mean, The Searchers is also
Oh, yeah.
phenomenal. But they're both on the list of like everybody should know these. But Professionals, I feel like, is
Yeah.
slightly less well known.
Professionals, for anybody who is interested in seeing it, it's a $3.99 renter on Apple or Prime Video.
Yeah. What's her
Really
name?
but it's Burt Lancaster, Lee Marvin,
Yeah,
the great Woody Strode.
yeah.
There's some great. I think
Claudia
Claudia
Cardinale.
Cardinale is the
God, she's beautiful in that movie. But anyways, it's just a very, very good movie.
Yeah.
Everybody should watch it. I didn't mean to sidetrack us, but we
No.
should talk child actors next
Child
week.
actors.
I have some great ideas on not only the ups and downs or the ones that, yeah, some are surprising. Like
So I
to
think what
of
I'm
somebody
gonna
who was
do. I think what I'm going to do. So I've been working for a long time on an episode of Real Talk, on the life and untimely death of River Phoenix. So what
okay.
I'm going to do is I'm going to time that episode to drop the same week as the next week's episode, to put them together, because child actor, and
You know what that's called?
dramatic
Bundling. Consumer bundling.
Bundle. That's a consumer bundle. Like you get a T-Mobile. No.
Yeah. It's cross-platform.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know. I don't have all those corporate terms. You know what they are.
But
though.
anyways, y'all know. Go
You all
watch
get it.
go watch a good kidnapping hostage movie. Hostage.
The Professionals or House Arrest. They're
House of-
both basically the same movie.
I'm gonna do my best to watch Hostage for a day.
Watch that. Yeah, I gotta find it too.
I'm gonna do my best.
I'm gonna wait for you to tell me if it's good. And
it's
then
on
I'll take
Tubi,
time
so
to
that's
watch it.
probably what I'll be watching
Sure.
as I do my housework that I have to get done.
Francis Weber.
Yeah, I pulled La
Chevre.
It's French for the goat. If you didn't know, it's French for the goat. So I'm gonna watch the goat and Hostage for a day, and put Shoplifters on third if I'm still awake.
Yeah, Shoplifters is amazing.
That sounded awesome.
Be in a great laughing mood for Francis Weber, because give it the best chance you can.
I thought you were going to say be in a laughing mood when you watch Shoplifters, because it'll bring you down.
It's not depressing the whole time. It's actually not at all. It's more you're going like, what is going on?
What in the world?
That's what you're thinking the whole time.
All right.
Anywho.
Well, that's going to wrap up another episode on the couch. That was really that was my FM DJ voice.
Wax and stacks on the racks.
Shout out to Rob Reiner. You are missed, sir. That being said, hey, if you found anything at all humorous, funny, valuable, scary, or whatever, make sure to like. Two chubby guys. Well,
they're so white.
Sidetrack again. I don't know if you can see it, but the little snapshot of you that it pulled
is a skeleton.
So it's a little scary. See?
Yeah.
I saw.
I told you I was trying to lose some weight, man. I'm on a diet.
Man, this guy took extreme diet for real. No, if you like anything about this, make sure that you like, subscribe, follow, all that stuff. But most importantly, leave the 5-star rating, leave us a review, and just give us some feedback. Why, Dave? Why do we want feedback?
I mean, just some validation, some love, some build up, some confidence,
We are
some
fragile,
affirmation.
we're
Yeah.
fragile people.
Fuck yeah.
We need someone to tell us
Because
we need someone to tell us
just
we're okay.
tell me I'm worth something.
Check us out. We are on the socials, Threads, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Couch Critics RRT. The RRT is Real Talk. It's Couch Critics RRT. You can email us, therealrealtalk@gmail.com. Man, I don't know if we have a whole lot coming up. We did have a bunch of interviews in the past. If you are a content creator, a super movie fan, anything like that, email us, therealrealtalk, and let us know you'd like to be on the show. We are always
Yeah.
looking for guests and new people to highlight and give us something new to watch.
I want to get Big Meanie on. He sounds like
I
he's got
guess
some
I definitely
stories
want
to
to get Big
tell.
Meanie on. It sounds like Big Meanie was something of a child actor.
Yeah.
He did
I'd
some
like to
talk
get
about the studio school
maybe
stuff.
it's Eric Persullivan. You don't
Oh,
know. Maybe it's
you know,
Dewey himself.
you know what?
I'm just kidding.
I bet you if anything, it's Chris. He's actually Chris Makepeace.
That's
These guys have been
he's
shouting
like,
me out every day. We love it.
My Google feed keeps telling me to check this show out. That's why I listen.
That's what I do.
And I think you guys are big and mean.
That being said, Dave, how are we closing out today?
How about let's see. Thanks everybody for joining us. This is a long one this week, so hopefully it's not too long for everybody, but two hold on. I got two critics, one couch, infinite opinions.
And not a single yum yucked in the process. Thank you, everybody.
See y'all.